So I had a question recently on my school community, which was, do you believe in new copywriters doing free work just to get themselves out there? Now, I've had this question many times before. It's not the first time I've been asked this question. And my answer is quite simply no. Do not do free work. Okay. And I know that there is advice out there saying, oh, maybe you should do free work. You should start with free work, all that. I personally strongly disagree with it. And in this video, I'm going to explain why you shouldn't be doing free work. So it's very simple. For one, you actually just want to be getting paid for your work, right? You don't want to be doing work for free. Like the whole point of this game is to make money. So if your first step as an entrepreneur is not making money, then like what are you doing? Like what are you even doing this for? We're not doing it for fun. Like we're doing it to make money. So if you're not making money from it, then what's the point in doing it in the first place? And my second point is that you're going to find it very difficult once you do something for free to ever charge again. Like a lot of businesses get stuck in a certain price point because obviously if they're charging say like 500 or 1,000 a month and they suddenly decide, okay, maybe we should start charging 2,000 a month. What client is going to allow them to do that? Because they know that they can get the work for 1,000. They've set that price point. Okay. And this is a struggle for any business at any level. So the thing is if you start by doing it for free, they're always going to know that, if you then decide to go, maybe I'm going to charge £500 a month, that seems so expensive. Like they're not going to want to do that because they know you'll do it for free. And then I think my final point is that I think for a lot of people, doing work for free is because they're coping, because they're afraid to price. Now, pricing is one of the hardest things to do for any business. And in some ways, it kind of is the skill in itself, is knowing how to charge and knowing what to charge. Okay. It's one of the hardest things. It's kind of the most important thing. And it is a skill and it takes a while to learn. It takes a while how to frame deals. It takes a while to learn how to position yourself in the market correctly. It takes a long time to learn how other competitors are charging as well. So the thing is by putting off the pricing, you're just delaying what you need to do all along, which is just learn how you're going to price this stuff. Because it won't get any easier. Like pricing is a constant struggle for any business of any size, is figuring out how to price their services or product in the market. So essentially you need to be charging straight away. I think the worry for people is that they won't get any work if they charge for their services, but actually I think the opposite is true. Like I think you want to be charging a reassuring amount so that people think you're serious, because if you're doing work for free, you're never going to get really any real feedback, okay? Because no one's going to take you seriously. They're going to give you work because it's free, so it's not real work, and they're not going to give you appropriate feedback on your work, so you're not going to know how good you are. Because if I say for my business, if someone said I'll do something for free and I say yeah sure, and they give it to me and it isn't good, I can't complain about it, and I wouldn't complain about it. I'd be like, okay, fine. But then you wouldn't know how good it was or how useful it was. Whereas if I paid £200 for something and it's bad, I will tell you why it's bad. I will tell you what's wrong with it. I will tell you how to make it better. And therefore, you've got a business going. You've got a feedback loop going, and therefore you're creating something real. So by working for free, you're just in stasis. You're not actually doing anything. So for all new copywriters, what I recommend doing is just charging straight away, getting on outreach, and just focusing on just landing that first client. If you're stuck on finding your first client, then I've got a few videos on my channel which should help you out. And you can also join my free school community, which is for beginner copywriters. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.